as far as Beamflex, I mean, just the value that brings, because you want to reflect off devices with MIMO antenna technology, right? And in a stadium, and it's open, right? As you mentioned, visual sight lines, right? All that kind of line of sight. You don't have a lot of things to bounce signal off of. So Beamflex versus beamforming, because you hear, beamforming, we do beamforming, but that's not the same. Right?
It is.
You want to kind of get into that a little bit?
Yeah, it is amazing how, I've been here going on 12 years now, right? And when I first came in, there was a lot of confusion around Beamflex and beamforming. We thought we addressed that pretty well as those years come on, but even today, people are confused about it. And beamforming is basically adjusting the transmit timing on the downlink to try to have a signal arrive in phase to a receiver. So the analogy I use is if you scream at the bottom of a canyon and there's echoes, those echoes will arrive at different times. If you say hello really loud, it's going to say hello, hello, hello. If you could adjust those reflections so that your ear hears all of that at the same time, that's beamforming, right? So you hear a really good, you yell hello, and it just comes back to your ears at that receiver at the same time. Beamforming is shaping and molding that signal so that it's directed at the intended receiver. So what you can do with transmit beamforming is additive to beamforming. And that's why if we're getting 2 dBs on a transmit beamformer and we're getting 3 dBs on a Beamflex, we're basically now 5 dBs. And then at the same time, we're also basically shielding the interference. So the SINR is really closer to about a 4x gain. So that's probably a little bit deeper than most people will want.
I think at the end of the day, Thierry, what you're saying is it's going to be bigger, stronger, faster.
Exactly.
Right? It's with Beamflex. Right.
It's and there's a lot of different analogies you can use, right? But that's what I was actually with a customer yesterday on a convention center, and they were talking about, this Beamflex, and I said, look, I can dissect it down and write out the equations for you and why it should work. But the best thing to do is let me get some product in your hands and then let you see it yourself. And
take some air magnet, do some tests. Give it a second, you'll see it adjust. I mean, it's really amazing.
It is pretty cool. And I've been in wireless now for a long time, right? A couple decades. Even when I came in early, it was kind of like, that's not possible, right? Then you see it actually happen. And I think when we can get products into people's hands or get a good partner like SmartWAVE involved in showing them, I mean, it's basically our win percentage is significantly high.